I've created thousands of thumbnails for the top Gorilla Tag YouTubers, which have gained over 30 million views. And I'm gonna show you all of my secrets to making a clickable thumbnail. Before we even open Photoshop, there are 3 things every good Gorilla Tag thumbnail needs. First is your concept. If the thumbnail is too crowded, most of the time people won't understand it. Next is the story. You want to leave the viewers question the thumbnail, like why is this happening or what is going on. Last is contrast. This is what makes your thumbnail stand out. Make sure to use good lighting, colors, and clean background so your subject pops and grabs attention. Now let's move on to step 2. So you're gonna need to install a program called Blender on either their website or you can download it on Steam. Then you're gonna want to download the Nacho Engine IK rig with a link in the description. After downloading the rig, now you're gonna want to launch Blender. Now you're gonna want to drag the Blender file onto your Blender just like this, and then you're gonna click open. So once Blender opens, you're gonna want to click on the model, you're gonna right click, and then you're gonna click shade smooth, and then it should pop up this right here, and then you're gonna check this off. So what that does is basically make the model a little smoother. So now we're gonna go to the right over here, and then you'll see these settings right here. Click this, render, you'll see EV, all this stuff. First thing you're going to want to do is change render engine to cycles. And then after you do that, you're going to change your samples to 100. So now I'm going to change the color of the gorilla. So I'm going to make him red. So I'm going to click this little material tab and then I'm going to click this and then change the color to red. So now once I do that, I'm going to go back to render. I'm going to scroll down and then until you see film, you're going to click film and you're going to mark transparent. So once you do that, you're going to click right here, this little circular object. It should look something like this. So now we're going to make the rig look a little bit better. So let's first click on the model and then head over to material. And then for color emission, we're going to put it a little bit higher to around like 190. And then subsurface, I'm going to put just a little bit of it. So now it should be looking like this. And now I'm going to remove the name. So we're going to click the name and then click X on your keyboard and then delete. So now what we're going to do is go up here and click add. And then we're going to go down until we see camera. Once you see camera, you're going to click it. It'll add a camera right here. And once it does that, we're going to go over here and we're going to click this little camera icon. And now we are in the camera mode. So to control the camera, we're going to go to view, navigation, and then walk navigation down here. You're going to right click it and then you're going to click assign shortcut, and usually what key I use is Q. And then if I click Q again, I can move around with WASD. So after that, we're gonna add lighting to the rig. So we're gonna go to add, and then we're gonna go light, and then you're gonna add an area light. And then once you have the area light, we're gonna move it up here just like that. And then we're going to put it right in front of the monkey. And there you go, it's right in front of him. And now as you see, when we move the monkey around, obviously the light doesn't stick to him. So to make it stick to him, we're going to click on the light and we're going to hold down shift while clicking on the actual rig. And then we're going to go up here to object mode and then you're going to click pose mode. So once you do that, you're going to click the torso, and on your keyboard, you're going to click Control P, and then you're going to click bone. And then it should have a drop down menu right here. You're gonna click keep transform. So now if we click the torso, it'll basically just stick to the monkey no matter what. So now we're gonna do the same exact thing, but we're gonna add a light behind the monkey. So after doing that, it should look something a bit like this. So now you're gonna click add up here, click mesh, and then make sure to click plane. And then it should add this white plane as you can see right here. And then we're gonna make the plane bigger. Hold S on your keyboard and drag up with your mouse. And then after you do that, you're gonna wanna find a grass texture in the Nacho Engine server. Then once you have your texture, you're gonna go to shading. And then once you're in shading, you're gonna go up here and click new. And then you're gonna wanna hold down Shift A on your keyboard. Then you're going to want to click the search bar and then search up image, and then it should pop up right here, image texture. So click it and then you're going to drag color to base color just like that. And now when you click open, you can add an image. So once you add your grass, it'll look like this, and it's a bit bad quality right now and messed up. So to fix that, you're going to go over here and change linear to closest. And then you're also going to go over here and put the roughness all the way up, and then you're going to want to drag the IOR all the way to the left. So now as you see, the grass is all zoomed in and stuff and it looks a little weird. So to fix that, we're going to go up here to UV editing. And then when you click on UV editing, it'll probably look something like this. So after, you're going to want to head up here and then you're going to click UV editor. So now it should look something like this. Now you're going to click A on your keyboard and then click S. And then you're going to want to drag your mouse up just like that. And now we're going to go over here to world lighting. And then we're going to make the strength a little bit higher just so the grass can get a little bit brighter. And now it looks way better. Now we're going to download the Gorilla Tag Wool by joining my Discord in the description. And then we're going to head on over to Blender assets. So when you open the Blender, you're going to see this. So now you're going to click it. And then on your keyboard, you're going to click Control C. And then if you look down here, you copied it. Now you're going to want to switch over to your other project. Once you're in there, you're going to click Control V on your keyboard to paste the entire thing. Now what I'm going to do is actually scale it down a little bit. So I'm going to click S on my keyboard and drag my mouse, and then let me scale the grass a little bit. Now since it looks a little bit too contrasted, we're going to head over to render, and then you're going to scroll down until you see color management. And now we're going to change high contrast to medium contrast. And yeah, this already looks way better. Now what we're going to do is click on our monkey's rig, and then we're going to hold down shift while clicking the fur. And then you're going to want to click Control C and then click Control V on your keyboard. So now what you're going to want to do is click on one of the monkeys. You're going to go to the material tab, and then you're going to drag lava all the way up. Now under that, you're gonna see lava emission. You're just gonna want to drag that all the way down. Alright, now we're actually gonna pose the monkeys. So click on your camera and then hold down whatever you use to move around. Now I'm gonna lower the focus length. So I'm gonna lower it by 9. And then I'm gonna grab my red monkey and then simply click G on my keyboard and move it near the camera. And now we're gonna make the monkey bigger by clicking S and dragging your mouse. And then we're gonna rotate them. And now to pose them, you're gonna click on the rig and then you're gonna change object mode to pose mode. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just move his head just like that, make him looking up. I'm gonna rotate his arm back. Alright, now I'm gonna move the camera just up a little bit. And now to see how it actually looks, we're gonna click on the camera. You're gonna go to camera settings and then you're gonna click viewport display. And then you're gonna move this all the way to the right. So now you have a black border. And now I'm gonna move the camera up a little bit. And then I'm gonna drag the lava monkey up here. And sometimes when you're posing the rig, if you move his hand, they move together. So to fix that, we're gonna go over here to pose options and then we're gonna uncheck this. So now we're gonna add a screaming face on the lava monkey. So to do that, we're gonna click on the actual monkey and then we're gonna click up here where it says shading. Now what we're gonna do is click Shift A on your keyboard and then the search menu should pop up. Click the search menu and then search up image texture just like that. And then you're gonna want to drag color to face texture. Just like that. And to get the same face I use, you're gonna go to Blender Assets and download it from my Discord server. So once you've added it to the image texture, you're gonna want to go over here and drag face texture all the way up to 1000. And then if you go back to layout, as you can see, there's a screaming face on the monkey now. And now we're gonna do the same thing for the red monkey. Oh yeah, make sure to change linear to closest so the face is in bad quality. And then now you're gonna go up to add light and then area light. And then once you add the light, you're gonna scale it up just like this. We're basically gonna place this right in front of the wall. And then you're gonna wanna just change your power and then the size a little bit bigger. So just like this. So before we actually render everything, we're gonna click on the light that's in front of the lava monkey. And then you're gonna click Control and then C. And then you're gonna click Control V. Once you've done that, you're gonna click on the light again. Just like this, and then as you can see, you duplicated it. So now you can change it up a little bit. This looks way better now. Now to actually render everything separately, we're gonna go up here to the right, and the first thing we're gonna hide is the wall. So it should be named Pit Ground Level Mesh. Once you see that, you're gonna go over here, and you're just gonna uncheck both of these. And then the grass should be called Plain as well. You're gonna do the same thing. And then as you can see, both of the gorilla models pop up when I click both of them. So if I click this guy, all I gotta do is hide it just like that. But before we actually render the red monkey, we're gonna go over here to output, and then you're gonna scroll down a little bit, and then you'll see all this stuff right here. You're gonna change media type to image. So now what you're gonna wanna do is change RGB to RGBA. Just like that. And now I can render the red monkey separately. Alright, so now once it's done, you're gonna go up here to image. You're gonna click save as, and then you can name it whatever you want. And now you're gonna wanna do the same thing for the others. And make sure when you render the background, it's all together. Alright, now we can move on to step 3, which is photoshopping. Alright, before we import the renders, you can also use Photopea, which I'll leave in the description of this video. It's basically the free alternative for Photoshop, except a little bit worse. Alright, so now we're gonna go to new file. Alright, now make sure your width is 1280, and make sure your height is 720. And then also change your resolution to 300. And now I'm gonna drag everything from my files right into Photoshop. And then before we actually start photoshopping, make sure you delete the background right here by clicking delete. And make sure your red monkey is above the lava monkey, just like that. Alright, now what we're gonna do is go over here to the right and double click on the red monkey layer. And then it should pop up something like this. So now what we're gonna do is check inner shadow right here, just like that. And then you're gonna want to copy the same settings I do. So you put your stroke to 100, and then make sure your opacity is at 100, and make sure your color is fully white. Make sure your angle is 90 degrees, and then make your distance around like 5 to like 4. So I'm gonna do 5. Now we're gonna do the same thing for the lava monkey. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and shade the red monkey. So what you want to do is go down to this right here and click it, and then you're gonna want to go all the way up to brightness / contrast. All right, now you're gonna go on your keyboard and click Control Alt G to clip the layer, and then we're gonna go to the brightness and turn it down a little bit, and then the contrast, we're gonna add a little bit of that. So once it's looking like this, you're gonna go over here to the right and click on this white screen, and once you selected the white screen, it should look like this. So now you're gonna go on your keyboard and you're gonna click Control I, then you're gonna want to grab your brush, make sure your opacity is at 100, and then your flow around 10 to 16, and then if you go to your colors over here, there should be white and black. Make sure you use white, and since majority of the light is coming from up here, we're gonna shade over here. And what I like to do in my thumbnails is shade over here, like basically right where the monkey's face is, just like that. And now I'm gonna shade on the fingers over here. So this is the before and this is the after. So it already looks way better with just shading. So now we're gonna add the highlights. So first thing you're gonna do is click on the layer, and then you're gonna go over to the left where this toolbar is, and you're gonna find your dodge tool. So for example, mine is right here, and then you're gonna click it, and then you're gonna click down on your mouse again, and you're gonna click OK. And now we can basically color along the monkey to give him highlights, just like this. So I'm gonna start with his head first. Now we're gonna do the same exact thing for the lava monkey. Now we're gonna add rim light on the red monkey. So click on the red monkey's layer, and then click this plus down here to make a new layer. And make sure you do it on the monkey's layer so it automatically clips. And now we're gonna go over here and change normal to linear dodge add. And then we're gonna get a brush with the color white on it. We're gonna make it a little bit bigger. Flow can be around the same, and then the opacity can be at 100. And then you're gonna basically just color all around the head. And then we're gonna add a little bit right here along the arm. And then if a little bit gets right here, you're just gonna grab your eraser and you're just gonna erase it like that. And now we're gonna add a little bit on the fingers. So now once you're done, it should look a little bit like this. So now let's do the same thing for the lava monkey. And now when you're done, it should look like this. Now after that, I like adding a little camera roll on my monkeys. So you're gonna click on the layer of your monkey. You're gonna go up here to filter, and then you're gonna click camera raw filter. And then from here, you can basically do whatever you want to do. So this is before camera raw, and then this is after on the red monkey. And wow, yeah, it made a really big difference. Now do the same for the lava monkey. So now we're going to add a little depth to the thumbnail. So you're going to click on your background, and then you're going to click this right here. And then you're going to hold your mouse down on it while holding down shift. And then you're basically just going to drag your mouse down. So as you can see, we made the wall a little bit more visible instead of the grass. I'm going to do it a little more just like that. Now let's add a camera raw to the background. This definitely looks way better than what we started from. I'm going to link the PSD file and Blender file in my Discord in the description of this video. And yes, okay, bye. All right.